And welcome to New Realities. My name is Steinfeld. I happen to be here on East 68th Street at the Center for Living and Learning and Living, a class that I teach every Wednesday.
Okay.
Here, you want to talk about what we just heard?
The music?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, do your thing.
All right. So the program is a transmission program by Universal Synarchy Awakening. So in Synarchy, everything we start with music and we end in music. So that's why we played music. And we invoke the presence of the divine. So in the way you believe in. So first we invoke the presence in the form that you believe in. It can be light or the way you perceive in your heart, so that we get connected, and then it's a complete program that is supervised and conducted by the divine. So we start with a few practices, small practices that we can do, like some breathing practice.
Can I just translate for a second?
Yeah.
I mean, not translate, but interpret. I think some people look a little lost. So my guest here has developed a meditation program that connects us with the divine. And that meditation, that music we just heard was a kind of doorway into the divine. And it's a whole program that you can practice every day and hook up. But we're just doing an introduction today. Yes. So we're trying to create a space that inside of ourselves that connects us to something beyond ourselves. You can call it divine, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but it's who we really are. This is sort of what I've been talking about in this class. Yes. So is that a fair interpretation of what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we go through the program to raise each one of your level of consciousness enough to be connected in a profound way to the super source, our source, the cosmic source. So we go through certain practices and we connect and we raise your level of consciousness. So and then we connect to the cosmic source vertically above, and then the cosmic source vertically above. Above us.
Above us.
Above us. Yes.
Above us.
Above us. Yeah.
Okay.
Above us, and then we bless the whole world towards the end of the program. So the whole program is designed in a way that we bless the world for what you like to bring about in the world. It can be peace, it can be love, it can be cooperation. So it can be devotion, it can be whatever, joy, bliss, whatever you like to see in the world. So we bless the whole world in the last, I would say around 15 minutes. So that is the whole program. So the program is designed in a way that it ends up in blessing the whole world. So we form a kind of entangled cosmic one being in where we are, whoever is connecting online and offline, so that you will see and experience that there's something beyond us, a kind of light, a kind of power take over us, and then we ourselves form pure channel or you can say we become a cosmic being during that 15 minutes, and we receive the blessing from the divine as light, and as we receive it, we will go through your place, your state, your country, and the whole world, to receive that blessing.
Can I just ask a question? So we're going to take us through an exercise where we'll be open to the divine. We ask something for ourselves, our own healing, and then at the end we will ask for a healing for the world. Is that basically
yes.
it? And we're going to do that right now.
Absolutely. So do you like to be part of it?
Yeah, they're here. That's why they're here. Yeah. No, they want to be part of it.
Sure. So when we see, the thing is, when the divine is, see, this program is completely conducted by the divine. So when the divine is conducting the program, we get a chance to be in the flow of the cosmos. So let's say we have water, we have shower at home, but going to the waterfalls and standing right in the waterfall and receiving water, is like unlimited water will flow into us. So anything that we need in life, whether it's health, it's wealth, it's your relationships, or whatever you need in life, we need the grace in us in our life.
The grace.
The grace. So what happens is, when we are entangled in the thoughts in our mind, so that connection to the cosmos is lost. So for example, the babies, if you've seen, there's a soft spot at the top. So they're born with that cosmic connection at the top. So when we do some practices, we can activate our top, we call it Sahasrara, the crown chakra in Sanskrit. So when we open it and we connect to the divine, and then a beam of light will descend from the cosmos, and you will experience that. And then we bless the world.
Can I ask you a question? So you developed this practice, this came through you or from a teacher or a tradition?
Right, that's a good question. Thank you. See, I started working in the US around 2 years before. I started in New Orleans, and then I came to Atlanta, and then I worked with my students in Atlanta. And then last year, when we finished the programs with my students, and I was about to leave to India, so we checked how many people needs to be awakened or to have a shift in consciousness, so that it impacts the world in a profound way. So even though we feel we are a separate person and we have no role, the world out is there, not in a good situation, and there's nothing we can do. It's not true. We are extremely powerful beings. We ourselves, one single person can impact millions. So if the knowledge that I received is from the book of Dr. David Hawkins, The Stairway to Enlightenment.
Stairway to Enlightenment.
Yes.
I've interviewed David Hawkins.
Really
Yeah, you can see that on my YouTube.
Okay. That's wonderful.
So you got information from David Hawkins, and how did you develop this whole process?
Yeah, so I will come to that. So in the book, it's written that when we go through a level of consciousness, the number of people we impact, it keeps on increasing as we raise our level of consciousness. So if for a person whose level of consciousness is between 0 and 1,000, is around 100, maybe few impact. If it's 200, then maybe like few thousands. If it is 300, maybe 300,000. 700 is 700,000. Then thereafter it goes to a million, and then it's like goes to even more than millions. He's given us the consciousness scale in the book, and the numbers are also published by Dr. David Hawkins.
Yeah, David Hawkins measured people's consciousness level. How he did that, I'm not sure, but he did it, and he said the level you're at, you impact a certain number of people. So that's what he just said. I mean, that's
yes.
Ratio.
Yeah. So Dr. David Hawkins measured it through kinesiology.
Kinesiology, that's muscle testing.
Yes, muscle testing. So we also we also do muscle testing, and when we do programs, we also check through muscle testing how many people we are impacting in the programs. So generally, Synarchy programs are 3 days now, and everywhere we are conducting. We just finished one in Atlanta, which is previous weekend, and there were around 20 people, and we went through some profound shift and very deep experiences also.
Are we going to infect a lot of people today?
Absolutely. I can say 1 million per person, definitely.
1 million people?
Yeah.
We're just our little group is going to affect, and of course everyone who's watching.
Yeah, because if I tell more than that, you won't believe.
Okay, I don't believe that, but that's okay. No, I mean it's possible. Why not? I'm open.
Yeah. See, this is all science. If see, I'm a mechanical engineer, so everything.
You're a mechanical engineer?
Yes.
I think, what are you doing with this thing?
It's all about engineering.
It's all about engineering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
a good
everything
answer.
is numbers. We have 7 chakras in the body, and there are clear-cut energy pathways in the body through which the energy needs to travel in a certain way for the shift to occur. Everything is scientifically given in the scriptures.
Great. Okay, let's do it. I'm ready. We're ready. They're waiting. You know that some people have a lot of issues they want to work through, and
So this program is when once we start, we are not doing for ourselves. So this is the program which we are deciding we are doing it for others. So this much time, the moment we start till the moment we finish, we offer it to the world, our body and our consciousness. We offer it to the world.
let me just ask you: Did this come to you as a kind of download? Did you have a mystical experience in developing this particular form of meditation? Tell us the story of how this came to you, if you want to share. Maybe you don't want to share it.
No, it's not because it's mystical. So I need some time to remember you asking me.
Well, I'm sure someone must have asked you this before, but no, go ahead, do your thing.
Right. So we started having get-togethers in Atlanta with my students on every week basis, and we started conducting this program. And when we started, we started doing the transmission program, and we checked the numbers. It was like maybe 10 people, 12 people, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do it, like maybe 16 people get awakened. There's so many who gets impacted, but there are few who get awakened. Awakened means they get a shift in consciousness, which will remain there.
They can wake up. Like Fred here could be another Buddha. You ready, Fred? He's ready. He says he's ready. Okay.
Yeah, and then we check the numbers, and then we one experience I can say says, okay, your answer to your question is yes. It's completely given to me and downloaded from the divine.
It was completely. That's what I'm looking for. Like one morning, if you woke up and this thing came to you.
Not one morning. As we conduct the programs, so we get more and more and more divine guidance. Because once we start the program, right now we are discussing about it.
Right.
But once we start the program, you will see that yourself get taken over by the divine.
Okay.
And then the program itself reveals to us how we undergo shift in us, because we believe we follow the principle that as is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm, and as is the macrocosm, so is the microcosm. So when we see, for example, many times I discuss with my students in my team, so they speak about, for example, the violence in the world or anger in the world. So then when we discuss it, sir, we'll see that we have anger in ourselves for that anger in the world towards the people who are angry about between each other. So how we work is we work inside us, and we heal the anger inside our hearts as an individual being. And then we see that it creates a big impact. So how do we know it is impacted? Is again, most of it is mystical. So you need to have a personal experience to it to understand how we do it. So one of the examples that I can give you is when we had a huge floods in Kerala. So
South India.
Huge means a million people were displaced and millions of homes were like totally immersed in water. And Kerala is a place we have like so many dams, huge water reservoirs. So if the dams are open, normally they open like maybe a couple of shutters. This is like 36 dams were opened, and all the rivers started flooding, and the lands were like fully in water, and people were dying. And it was a big disaster last year in August. So there was a time, so when this was happening, then we were also praying, but it was not creating an effect. Every day it was going on increasing. And then the place that we are living, me and my family is living, we got the warning that it's going to be flooding that our place. So tomorrow maybe flood will come as you sleep. So put your car in the upper floors, and we got some warnings. So we really got scared. So when it affected our place and affected my children and my family, then the next program we did was during the same day. So then we went through this program, and when we finished the program, we went through a certain process, and we did a kind of a command or a decision as to the universe, to the planet, to bring in calmness in the weather.
Okay.
In the weather. So then, in the very next day, the whole pattern just changed and it moved towards another direction. So we were. So then, how what we learn from it is when we have something in us that is important for that prayer, for that event to happen, then the effect is instantaneous and effective.
Okay.
So there needs to be a personal touch to it. For example, if we say let a huge problem in the east, somewhere far east, let it come to an end. If it has nothing to do with me, then the prayer won't carry a feeling to it. So prayer or the connection with the divine, prayer is not like an asking. Prayer is basically a feeling. So that feeling, if is missing, that is when the power is less, and our prayers won't carry power.
All right. Okay. I think we're all with you. We want to. So let's start the program. Okay. I think it's a great introduction, but I think the practice, the feeling, because when he actually goes into the program, I felt, this is the reason I brought him here, I felt a kind of higher vibration. I felt a kind of upliftment of my consciousness. It felt very peaceful for me. I don't know how I feel today, but at the time I did it with him, it felt very good. So let's start the program. Or is there anything else you need to say?
Yes.
Okay.
So I like maybe a couple of my students to share experiences especially not this 15 minutes. This program is kind of a short version of the 3-day program that we're doing on a regular basis in New York and in Atlanta, and also people all over from the world, they zoom in for the program. So so what will happen is when these students or people, they undergo this 3-day process, they get into even higher states of consciousness for the effective transmission to happen. So Synarchy is all about bringing about a shift in consciousness in the entire world. So Synarchy is a phenomenon which will end up only in the last person, when the last person is awakened in the planet. So that's how we are.
Then you're out of business, right? When the last person is awakened on the planet, that's it. That's it.
Then thereafter, actually, our business starts to support them.
Right. But I think if we get there, we'll be more than lucky.
Okay. There's a doubt. There's no doubt.
No doubt. At some point in our evolution, we're all going to get there.
See, when we go beyond the doubt in our individual shift in consciousness, then we understand that it's possible without the work. So I like maybe can I have...
Yeah, like just 10 minutes, because we don't have for 3 days, but no, we don't. They don't want to have, we have like an hour maybe from here to get it to the program.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. And you want your students to say something about their experience? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
With the microphone?
Yeah, with that microphone.
Should I stand?
Yes, you can stand there. Go ahead. Tell us what happened.
So I started working with Dr. Tejispin a couple of months ago. My name is Judy Beecher. I started working with Dr. Tejispin a few months ago. We met randomly at a peace event, and he has changed my life since then, because we worked together. I liken it to a refrigerator.
Why not?
I came up with this as I was cleaning my refrigerator. It was really strange. I've been doing work on myself for the past 20 years. And I thought I was done, and I'm healed, and And as I was cleaning the refrigerator, there was all this gook that was stuck on it. And I was like, oh, I gotta clean it, and I gotta scrape it. And I was like, so I started scraping the refrigerator, and then it was done. And then I looked under the drawer, and there was more stuff, stuck under the drawer. And how do I get under that drawer? And I started scrubbing under the drawer. And it was a while, then I used a Q-tip.
Right.
I used a Q-tip to get in there. And that's kind of what it's like, because it's like an onion.
There was some gunk in you didn't notice
There was
before.
gunk in me that I thought was not there, and I didn't, the only way that I even realized it was through this process that we did. We did 7 days. It was a 7, so I did it twice. And it's a very, very deep process. And because you're doing it with the divine, you're shown things in your past, in your life, that you didn't know was affecting you. And I'll talk in me, that I didn't know was affecting me, and that was affecting my whole life, and I healed it within the meditation. Like, it was healed, and it was rewritten into a totally different story within the meditation that completely changed how my life went, because it didn't go like that, and it wasn't but it found that thing that was affecting me, and I went through it in there, and it was hard. It was difficult, and I did all of his meditations that he has on his website, which are challenging meditations to do. They're about anger and things that you have inside. I was like, stop, I can't take it anymore. But when I finally went through it all, I had this major lightness and bliss and enlightenment.
Great.
And it's a work in progress. I think we're all works in progress, and we never, are completely
cleaning our refrigerator.
Yeah, because stuff spills again, and then you gotta deal with it again.
Sometimes you let it sit.
But an example, today I had to deal with a phone call of someone who was releasing me. I had to release someone. This was someone I worked with that was releasing me. And as she did this, instead of getting upset, I laughed. And I gave her a funny little anecdote. We both laughed, and I was like, okay, in my normal state would have been to be like, oh God, no, what am I gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. But so yeah, I'm so grateful, and I just wanted to share that with all of you, because it really has been life-changing for me.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy.
Okay.
There's a lot more Judy can say.
Yeah, way more. I could talk for hours.
So maybe Ed would like to say something.
Ed, keep it short, because Ed is quite a talker. Okay. Okay.
I just want to let you know I'm a born and raised New Yorker. I reached 81 in December.
You should be part of this
I'm
class.
29. Anyway, I've been in spiritual. I've been religious and then spiritual. I'm a very spiritual person. I came across Tejas Farm at an event in New York, and immediately I felt a connection, very strong connection. I said, okay, I would listen to him. The more I drew out of him, the more I was really excited and very impressed, because he's very humble. He doesn't talk about himself. You've got to really dig in order to get it out. He's finally coming out a little bit, but the spirituality of this man is very deep. It's I haven't come across a person in my entire life, other than my second wife who passed away about a little over 8 years ago, as deep as this man's not just the level of his spirituality, but the way he teaches and the way he brings. He's actually changed people's lives in a very short time. He left a very lucrative engineering job. He's a mechanical engineer. He built the roofs on huge stadiums in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. You heard of Formula 9? He's left everything, all of the money that he could have made, because he has a divine calling. I believe that he has a very important divine calling, and I've associated myself with him because he's allowed me to.
But what did he do for you?
He's every time I'm with him, I feel uplifted. And last night, especially, I for about 12 years now, I've been hearing a cosmic sound around me. I feel it's like the Holy Spirit, just vibrating around me. I hear it. It's around me. It's not tinnitus in my ears or anything like that. But last night it was really, really strong. And I'm saying, what are you trying to tell me? I haven't gotten it yet where I've actually heard words, but eventually I feel I will. his guidance and his level of teaching is so advanced, but he doesn't hit you with it. He's like a transformer feeding the what do you call these little things that are you have in radios and TVs? Transistors. He's a transformer. He's a giant transformer feeding the transistors, but he's getting it from a bigger transformer that's feeding him, and he's able to handle it.
Right.
Everybody can handle what he's able to handle, and it's fantastic. I promise you that if you take his course, if you listen online, because he's doing things online, he has a TV show online now from 2 hours on a Sunday. If you get into it, I promise you, you will all change your lives.
All right. Well, we're here to do. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say that's quite a build-up. It better be good. Okay.
See, today Alan was asking me what do we focus on. So
Yes.
we focus on healing. Okay? So healing means you can, or each one needs some healing in the physical body primarily. Because Judy was speaking about emotional healing and healing of mind, mental layer, and the life itself shifting. But healing in the body is almost instantaneous in many of your cases. See, and also when the divine does the healing, it's instantaneous. It's not like we get healed in time. No, divine doesn't need time. But we need time to open up to the divine. The divine is, see, I said the best book I like now is The Time Is Now. So now is the best time for you to get healed. So one of the most touching experience that one of my students had, and on Sunday she shared on the TV. She couldn't zoom in, otherwise you would have shared today as well. So she was going through, she had found a few cells of cancer in her body a few months back, and then she started working with me, and she was asked to do a surgery. And then she came to me for healing process, and we went through like a few individual sessions, and then she hosted a few group sessions in Atlanta. And now, so that's like maybe 8 months back, maybe. So now she went through a series of checkup again, and she found that without doing any other method of medicine or anything, she's completely healed from any of this. No more cancer cells in her body. So this is just a recent experience. So, yeah.
So should we do it? I mean, any more testimonial? Do we? What do we? Let's. Yeah.
So why does it work? It is not for her. It may be a miracle, but for me, it is just a science. Because when we work in the physical body, also we do not work just in the physical body. So we work in the physical body, and then we look at your energy body, where there are 72,000 channels, energy channels. And then we look at your mental layer, your emotional layer, and we see even in your wisdom layer, there are various sheets, S-H-E-A-T-H, sheets of consciousness, sleeves of consciousness. We look into and see where does the root cause lie for one particular issue. And if we know from our scriptures that for an issue, for example, cancer, is one single memory which we have had, a fear memory when we were a small child. So that memory, which has got an emotional charge, has gone deep into our unconscious, and we do not know where it is or what it is. So what is causing the disease? It can be any disease. Every disease is nothing but rooted in emotions, in your childhood emotions. So we go through the intelligence of the divine, we track your system out of your millions of memories, and he will heal this particular seed memory from which it all originated. And then it's a time for the body the physical body to receive it. Is just a matter of time. So that's how we work.
So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we. But I would like, see, there's no hurry here. We'll finish.
Well, there is a bit of a hurry.
We will finish on time.
Well, because we only have limited amount of time.
That's right. We do, because we need to make sure that everyone gets it, you know.
I think.
So,
Go ahead.
I mean, the time is now.
The time is now. I'm gonna have that tattooed onto me there. Okay.
See, we focus on I've got a PhD in metaphysics from University of Metaphysics in California.
Okay, so you want them to close their eyes and just think of what they need.
Yeah, so I will start a song. The song is 6 minutes again. Right? So this is the actual, we started that. Close your eyes, see, the work of the divine works through feelings. So it is not thoughts. If you think that I need that means there's no feeling, then it won't work. So we go deep inside the heart and we look at it, and then we feel the pain behind the issue, and then we ask, this is your inside process that you will undergo. You yourself will ask a help to the higher power whom you believe in, can be Jesus Christ, Lord Buddha, Lord Krishna, Lord Ganesha, or the light, or the formless God, whoever you believe in.
Whatever does it for you, just don't ask. So we ready?
Yeah, so please sit straight with feet flat on the ground and palms open, not closed. Yeah, like this on your lap. Yeah. On your lap, feet flat on the ground, not crossing. Yes, with the back straight. Yeah. Okay, and please keep your eyes closed. When we go in the inner world, our eyes needs to be closed. Okay. Okay, so let's start.
Brahma Swarupam Chido
Okay. Please open your eyes. So, did you find what's going on inside and what's your... You can have more than one healing request, that's also fine. But when you give importance to one, then it gets enormous power and the laser focus. But maybe one or two of you can share what you would like to get healed if you can.
Anybody? Anybody want to just share what they read? Anything?
We're sharing.
What you want to heal? If you want to share, if you don't have to, if someone wants to just share anything, they're kind of a private group, I guess. Here. Oh, here we have it. Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I've been suffering from heart and about 7 years. cramping. Maybe it's lifting and that to using. But I would like to, free myself from this debilitating situation.
She'd like to heal herself of her condition.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
How do we do this?
Well, it's going to happen. You're going to get it. Wait, over here? Right.
I was thinking, I'm very much at peace with myself.
Okay.
Contrast to your refrigerator, I have a dirty refrigerator too, but I don't angst about it. I let it go. I don't let it run me, I run the refrigerator. When I want to clean it, I do it. It doesn't bother me. I also find very much at peace with myself because I'm in charge of my life. I feel very comfortable where I am. I don't.
So how can life be more wonderful for you?
I don't want it to be any more wonderful. I'm very happy with where I'm at now.
Weird.
Thank you. Maybe you'll lead the next class.
You'll be a very good transmitter for the peace.
You're going to help other people because you're at such peace with yourself.
Peace. That's the word. What you get. So anyone else?
I think we're good. So we haven't done the process yet, have we?
No, we're going to go.
I'm going to do it.
So yeah, we have like 25 minutes more.
Let's say a half hour. Half hour. Yeah. Or if people can stay. Okay. Okay.
Right. So.
Okay.
But one more request. Somebody wants to say, but they're silent. One more request. Or you can share what you feel. Whatever. Would you like to say something?
We got Fred out. Not Fred. I mean Ed. Ed.
Will come to you.
Ed's always available to speak in case we. But I think we're good. What's the next?
Right. So what I've noticed when I was scanning you is your inner need to express yourself. What you hold in your heart, like you are a little bit holding many things in your heart, and you're not able to really say and express your feelings to someone whom you love or who are you with, you're living with, or anyone whom you friends, loved ones, or colleagues, whoever. So I see that there's an issue with your Vishuddhi chakra, we call it, that is a throat chakra. So the problems with any kind of speech and expression, and be holding on to our feelings, and we're not saying it in a way it needs to be said to the other person.
So you're tuning in psychically to the group and saying people tend to hold their expression in their throat chakra. So
yes, so that's what they are primarily found as a common thing to work in. So when we heal, let's see why there is a problem is because we hold on to our feelings, and there's a fear of expression of our feelings. So when we were a small child, we would have been suppressed by our parents or our teachers or someone when we are crying out or screaming out. We get like shouted or blown out, or just say, somehow they suppress us and stop us, and that goes into the unconscious. And then this programming goes into your body, which keeps you inhibited from expressing your true feelings. And then whatever we express, other person does not receive. And many times we have seen, we say what we want to say, but other person never understand what we say. We understand us, but no one understands me. No one really understands me. That's because we express our thoughts, but not our feelings. So why we are not afraid to express our feelings is because of fear that is there inside us, because we were not allowed to express our feelings when we were a small child, below 7 years old. So that is when the first set of programming comes in. The operating system gets tuned, gets programmed when you are 0 to 7. So thereafter, it is just the continuation of a given programming. Just like we buy the laptop, there's an operating system. We cannot do much about it. We cannot do anything about it. We can put apps on top of it and we can work through it. But if something is wrong with the operating system, then we need to take it to the manufacturer. So same way, when the divine is here, he is the one who created the body. So when he is here, he is there ready to repair and restructure and reset your mental, emotional, physical body.
So because our parents told us to shut up when we were young and crying and not let us express, we've taken on that way of being in the world. So nobody really expresses what they feel because we weren't allowed to express what we feel. So we're all really shut down. So this meditation will change.
Yeah. So when we try to express many times, you see it ends up in conflicts. It ends some kind of fight, because they listen. And that's what all the breakups are about. Lack of communication. So when we resolve that within us and we start expressing it, when we do that process in this program, not only you get a release and a shift in consciousness, at least 1 million people around the world also at the same time will get it, because we are not separate from each other as we think in the physical body. We are interlinked, interconnected, and we are all one as we go into the subtler layers of consciousness.
I think we get it.
Okay, so I thought, Alan, you want me to speak more than doing. It's like, let's do it.
No, because we haven't gotten to like the meat. There was a great appetizer. I loved it. And the soup was really good. And the refrigerator might be a little dirty, but I want the main course.
Yeah, so that's the dirty thing, but we don't know it's there. It's not about refrigerator. She's just making a metaphor. So basically, she's saying that the things which we don't know that is there in us, because whatever I speak, you don't know. If you know, you got to resolve it. That's why it's known as unconscious. The unconscious mind, which has gone into the body and settled into your tissues and bones, we call it biomemories. So that is memories in your physical body, which is very difficult for you to track and correct. So when we do the work of energy, we will release that. That is why your request is important. So when I say, when you have a fear of expression, if you go into the prayer and say, please heal my fear of expression, it won't work. You have to go deep inside and find what you feel about your problem on the fear that you have problem with expression. When you touch your fear, that is when the prayer happens. Then it's an instant effect. Thereafter it's instant. Then we say the whole tree is cut. So when the tree is fallen down, then it will have no more life and it will grip you no more in your life.
You pull out the roots and then the conditions. That's what we're going to
Yes.
do.
The unconscious will lose its grip on you.
That's what we're going to do today.
Yeah, we're going to go into the process, shall we?
Yeah, why wait?
You don't want anybody gripping us.
What's that?
What? She's ready. What?
I said, I don't want anybody gripping me.
Okay.
Yes.
She wants to free herself from her past.
Yes. See, we can only release the grip through the power of love. So when the expression starts happening, there's some kind of love from deep inside that will come surfacing and boiling into your heart. And that the other person will start feeling. When that radiation of love happens in us, as we express our feelings, that will get reflected. And that's how love will come in our relationships. It is not that he or she will love me, it is we loving the other person.
Okay, so what do you do now? What should we do?
Yeah, we'll go into the process. So anyone wants to say anything? Okay. So Ed, are you voting on something? Is it?
I'm just wondering if you like to, at a certain time in this program, to tell them how you healed your family. It was very powerful.
Well, let's do that after we do the process. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good to go. So you're going to play you're going to set the intention, right?
Yes, I play music, I'll guide you through.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time, too, for being here and sharing, because...
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm flying back tomorrow.
Flying back to India?
Yeah.
Oh. So we got it right before he took off. And just so people are watching, some people were asking, this is called Synarchy?
Synarchy.
Synarchy.
Yeah. Synarchy means Synarchy, it literal meaning is like joint rule or equal rule, but it's not about rule. It's about equality in consciousness. So oneness in consciousness. So if you see the ants, how they work together, they're like, there's no leader, but they all have beautiful coordination in between. There's some kind of consciousness in between, single consciousness, which brings about the coordination in their life. The same way, the whole world will come into the umbrella of one single consciousness, which is the divine of God that we call it. So that's why we call it Synarchy. Okay.
Great. So you're going to play some music?
Yeah. So I'll guide you through.
Okay.
So again, please keep your backs down and your feet down flat on the floor.
Okay, we're going for it now, right?
Palms open. Palms open. Yes. Back straight. Because if you bend the back, when energy rises, it will get blocked. So healing will have a little bit of resistance to happening here. And also when the cosmic connection happens, it's vertically down into a straight line. So you have to be straight because it comes to the top of the head into the body.
And
Right.
you'll feel it.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So take a deep breath. Relax. Deeper breath. Relax. Further deeper breath. Relax. Now, put your attention in the automatic breathing that is happening inside your body. When you put your attention in your breath, automatically you connect to your heart. Attention in the breathing and see how automatic your breathing is without interfering, without trying to breathe. No need to inhale or exhale. It's an automatic process. Automatic breathing without interfering, only observing. Let go of your control. Let go of any kind of thoughts. Don't try to control the thoughts, just observing the thoughts and falling deeper and deeper into the breathing. Deeper and deeper into your breathing. Deeper and deeper into your breathing. Now, observe the sensations in your body, keeping your eyes closed. Observe the various sensations in your body. Observe the sensations in your body and put your attention into that place where you feel the sensation, any kind of sensation. It can be pain, it can be stress, it can be strain, it can be some kind of tension. See what is the emotion that you feel when you put your attention into that place. Don't do anything, don't try anything, but just attention, putting your power of presence into the place, the area where you feel stressed. The place also will be highlighted by the divine to you. That also you don't need to look. Automatically you start feeling. And when you put your attention, you start feeling the emotion that is stored in your body. Your body is a record of emotions from the past. Now ask the divine, oh God, help me to get in touch with my fear of expression that was laid in me when I was a small child. I forgot about it and I don't know what it is. With your supreme intelligence, please help me track my past and get in touch with that fear and let me experience it. Help me feel the emotion of the past. The memory will come to you automatically. All you need to do is just to be aware of them. When was the first time you felt fear can be fear of speech, fear of singing, fear of stage, or just fear of expressing the emotion with your loved ones. When was the time when I felt fear towards my parents who brought me up? When I was a small child. See that certain tensions in your body are being relaxed. Feel the release happening in your body. More and more relaxation happens in your body as these past emotional charges leave your body forever. And as you release it, millions of people around the world feel the release. Now, see a beam of light vertically from the cosmic sun, the central sun, the universal consciousness above us. It is like the sun, but a million times more brighter and broader, larger. From that sun, a beam of golden light comes right through your crown into your heart, and you receive a connection from the divine. You get aligned to the cosmic geometry. Now, see a golden ball of light descending from the cosmos into your crown, sinking into your heart. As you receive this blessing, every person in your city, your state, and your country receives it. Now, you represent your country. You receiving the blessing is enough. Automatically, everyone receives it. And the peace that is happening in you, the release of fear that has happened in you, and the shift in consciousness, the shift in perception that has happened in you, happens in everyone without exclusion. Every person, all the leaders in every sector, all men, women, and children, everyone receives it. Now, see another golden ball of light descending from the cosmos, entering into your crown, sinking deep into your heart. And as you receive this, every person on the planet receives it. Every human being receives this blessing. The divine is blessing. We just receive it into our body, and everyone automatically receives. The planet is showered with blessings. 7.7 billion people received it at this point of time now. This blessing reaches every animal and birds and all living beings. the so-called non-living beings, the whole planet receives it. And as the planet receives it, the planet herself gets healed. The Mother Earth also receives it and he gets healed. Every child who is born today, 333,000 children who are born today, gets they get the blessing and they get the shift in consciousness and they carry the radiance throughout their life. Children are the future of the planet. The newborns today, we especially bless them. And as the planet receives it, super divine miracles with ultra infinite golden age, ultra opulent, ultra abundant, ultra crystal diamond, ultra empowering blessings showers the planet. Humanity fall into synarchy and radiate the super focused, unlimited divine blessing in the name of God in love absolute throughout this beautiful golden age planet. We all praise and we all create this reality now. Take your time and very slowly come back. Very gently open your eyes.
Nice. Nice. What? I definitely went somewhere. I feel. Should we ask them how they're doing? You
Sure.
got something to say? Anybody? Yeah. How do you,
I feel more relaxed.
you feel more relaxed? Okay. Any other? Did you feel something? Fred, feel something? Anything?
I was reaching for it, but I don't know if I got one.
You're already okay.
I was really trying to, get with the phone.
Okay. Anybody else want to share their experience? I felt very blissful. I did. I felt. Fred thought. Ed. Felt blissful. How do you feel? Yeah, you. Yes. Sleepy.
Other than a problem, I have a physical problem, I feel very peaceful.
She feels.
But I still have that problem that cannot be cured unless it's a miracle.
Well, we're looking for miracles.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, you never know. You might go home and okay, Gail. Yes.
I feel cold, and a heart still.
Well, that's the stuff that's clearing out for you. I think she said she felt cold and hard.
I'm comfortable resting
Okay.
with my leg.
She felt uncomfortable and restless. I think she's clearing that.
Clearing?
That's a dirty refrigerator you got going there.
Oh, no, I don't bother.
Okay.
I'm not there.
Anybody? Ed, do you feel something different today?
I'm feeling peaceful, feeling happy, feeling relaxed. at ease. And I know there's things I have to do, but I'm still feeling at ease. I'm not going to things bother me. Any great step.
Barbara, anything?
Peaceful.
Peaceful, okay. Eve?
Peaceful, blissful, and I saw light, bright light, strong light going through my heart.
What were they supposed to feel? I mean, are they, oh, that,
Yes, Judy.
Judy.
I had a very intense experience.
Just now you had an intense experience? Stand up and share it.
No, I'm not gonna stand because I just can't stand.
All right,
This
you can talk from
moment,
there.
I just can't stand.
Okay.
I had, because I'm an actress and
You only stand for performance.
yeah, no, but it's personal.
Oh,
The
okay.
experience that I went through. So
Okay.
it was about, releasing, when I was a child,
Mm-hmm.
I was very fearful of getting on stage and sharing my voice with the world. And I had this beautiful voice and I would get on stage and I would just, I couldn't do it. And nothing would come out and I was so timid. I was I'm not shy now, but I was the shyest little girl ever. And it was painful. And I went back into that, like, pain and fear of using my voice. Even if I had something to say, I couldn't. And so I went back, and this is what I'm, in my life today, what I'm dealing with now. It's very important that I use my voice. It's very important that I do things and stay. So I went back into all of that, like, fear, and just, like, started crying, and it was just like, it was a release of it. So it was really beautiful. Like, I keep getting more stuff. I'm like, where is this coming from? Like,
Thank you.
that's what I'm talking about, the refrigerator. I don't like cleaning my refrigerator. I don't clean my refrigerator, but it's stuff that's there you don't know that's there.
The refrigerator is really a metaphor.
It's a metaphor.
Yes.
It's
And
a
I
metaphor.
realized that after I said it, when we
It's
were.
not my real
And I
refrigerator.
realized that we really weren't talking about the refrigerator.
It's a metaphor.
For expressing it.
Things you don't know in your
I sort of
unconscious.
misinterpreted it. And it only came to me. after-
Oh, you thought she was really talking about her refrigerator?
Yeah, it came to me as I was actually cleaning the refrigerator. I was like, wow, this is like the process that I'm going through that I didn't even know was there, that I didn't know I needed to go through because I thought everything's fine. And then it's a subconscious thing that you don't know is there because you don't know it's there.
I was there with you when you were cleaning that.
Absolutely. My refrigerator is immaculate. I wish
But
my
I've
life
been
was that
there
way.
and I don't let that happen.
It could be. Let your life be. That's
You
an.
gotta let it out because you don't know it's there. You know,
Okay.
I didn't know this was there.
Let's get back to the meditation. Thank you for anyone else? Ed has.
Ask the president to actually tell us what happened with his two daughters that he worked with, because they were having a lot of problems in India. It's really an amazing thing.
All right.
Sure. I'll make it short.
Yes.
So, they have undergone the courses that I've said, 21 days course. That's my longest. 28 is my real long course where complete transformation happens in an individual. And right now we are conducting 3 days courses here, and we have a few upcoming programs that I will tell you also where you can be part of online, and there are a few programs that are free you can be part of also. So in that program where I started doing the program when they went down in studies, and after I finished the program, automatically the intelligence started going up, the memory started going up, and they started scoring higher and higher. In the previous exam they had, my elder daughter used to score like maybe 60-70% on an average. Some of the marks is higher. She was scoring low, and without me teaching her, I'm not at home now. They are in India, and without me teaching her, my wife teaching, only through her own effort and through the school, she scored top in the class. But she became top in the class. So she was a couple of times top in this year, and then she went down, and then again I worked on her maybe like few minutes, and then again she goes up. So when you attend the long programs with me, Then when you come for short programs, your experiences will be deeper and deeper and deeper. And also my younger daughter also was kind of very, very low in studies, not because of anything else, because she's an emotional being. And she also scored high and she's top in the class. Almost all everything's full marks. She gets 49 out of 50, 50 out of 50, everything above 45. And also my elder daughter got 5 gold medals in the running race in sports in this year in her school. It's 200 meters, 400 meters, 600, 800 meters, then relay race and long jump, and also silver medal in gold shot put. Yeah, and also they both got first prize in dance also. It's all this year's happening, and this is by initiations and activations of the talents and the intelligence. They were not like that before.
So we just had here an initiation and an activation. That's what
Yes.
just happened for
Yes,
us.
see, what you entered is into peace. See, you'll see that there's nothing else other than peace inside you. So when we enter into peace, automatically the world comes to peace. We are the world. We think the world should come to peace. First, we need to have this silence. That's what you're experiencing. The sleepiness is nothing but silence. Right? You feel silence, some of you feel the peace.
I feel the peace. Like some people feel it. Yeah, there we go. We got a lot of peaceful people. So did we finish the process? Is it
Yeah.
complete?
Yeah.
Oh, and
You want more?
no, the stuff we put out to the world, I mean, the world felt what we felt because we carried that vibration.
Yes, yes, yes. See, the world is nothing but us, and we are a miniature representation of the world, like a hologram. So this actually not the world. There's no world out there. It's us who's out there. So when we,
We have a question back there.
Yeah.
Can I just share one thing?
Wait, okay, we have a question
5
behind
years
you.
ago, I was in meditation,
Yeah,
and I was really quiet. All of a sudden, heaven.
well, we have to wrap up
Yeah,
because,
just a minute.
okay.
I was in meditation in the shaman's house. Lady, she's fantastic. I was on the floor. My eyes were closed. Suddenly, heaven opened up, and a column of golden light just came down from heaven, and it expanded real wide, came all the way down to the earth, and like a tsunami, it like wrapped itself around the whole planet. So I felt that. I felt there was something that's going to happen on the planet, which has been prophesied in the past. It's called the Golden Age, and I believe we're right on the verge of actually moving into that. So whatever's happening in the world that's negative, we just have to feel positively loving. Just keep sending out love from our hearts, and whichever God you believe in, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Buddha, whether it's just the Spirit of God, whatever it is, just keep sending out love, whatever you are, and you'll see things changing for the better all around you.
Can you give the microphone to that woman? If you want to share.
This one?
The woman sitting behind you, no. Oh, you forgot what you were going to say? That's okay. So just okay, that's okay. So to wrap up here, I think people listening, I think we've had a bunch of people around the world listening here. What should they do now and how can they follow up with you?
All right. Right. See, this 15 minutes meditation that we did now, we do it every day on a particular time in your time zone. So if you reach out to us or if you visit our website, you can see synarchyawakening.com. You can see that how we can participate in the meditation. It is possible that you can participate every day from your home, right? So please reach out to us for the contact information and we will help you out. And every week also we have a couple of hours of online live show where you can participate in the 2-hour program, the same program. And also we have a 3-day journey into consciousness. We call it Synarchy consciousness. It's happening. It will be happening in New York and in Atlanta every month. And also we have program in Portugal, in Europe, in end of August. So it's 24, 25, 26. So that is a 3-day program. It will be a kind of a retreat where you can come and stay with us. It's a beautiful place by the beach. And so that's the program. And then in September, we'll have a 3-day course again in New York where I'll be personally conducting also.
Thank you, thank you all. Oh, yeah, your question,
I
yeah?
just want to know if you have all this written, do you have a brochure or something with all
The
the
web,
dates?
yeah,
See,
Or online?
there is a website which is there now, which is www.tejaswinbrahman.com. You can take the card from here,
Oh,
yeah, so you can have it.
Eve, can you give me a card?
And also, we have a new website that is coming up, which this is not really updated now, but all the updated programs, it is coming up in a while.
Eve, I'll take it. So I want to thank everyone for being here, live in person and live online. And this has been New Realities. Thanks so much I'm sorry for my impatience, because I realize now that you were just trying to set the stage and you were actually giving a transmission while we were preparing. Eve, can I have a card? Eve. And I just showed this online here. This is the
That's the backside.
That's it, yeah. Well, it's both backwards that way too. Anyway, it actually comes out backwards. So anyway, that's okay. I want to thank everyone for watching. This is New Realities, Alan Steinfeld. We'll be doing more live streams and steady broadcasts. So thank you today for tuning in. And thank you. How do you say your name again?
Tejas Win.
Tejas. Okay. Thank you.